What's up, guys? I'll pull a little bearded yakking for this video. Joe, I love you, brother. We're not really gonna pull the sunglasses. Love you, bearded yakking. Good guy. Um, for this video, this is why do I hate the Power Pro soldering kit? Why do I hate it so much? And why do I say it's a piece of crap? This thing, I'm going to tell you, you could buy this kit on Amazon, I believe, for roughly about 50 bucks. Um, to me, I've actually bought mine off the tool truck. This kit right here and this soldering gun is not freaking worth it. This is the Butane Soldering Kit, so there's no cords, no wires, just fill and go. Yeah, it's a okay design, but in all honesty, I've seen a lot of bad reviews on this thing, and didn't really realize it till after the time that I bought it. My tool guy said everybody he talks to likes the kit, and so they recommend it. But then again, he said he also had mixed reviews for it as well. Would I recommend purchasing this? No, and I'll tell you why. Right now I've got a standard fine point tip on there right now. This thing will not hold a good solder. So if you take your tip and what's the word I'm looking for here? Say you tin your tips, this thing will not hold the tips. So it gets either the heat control on this thing is either too low or it gets too freaking hot. Yeah, it's got a temperature control here. It's got the on switch here and your igniter switch here. So if you turn it on, click it, and you can turn it off. You feel it from the bottom down here. Some people say that they leak down there at the bottom. I really didn't have any problem. I don't have any problems with it leaking down here unless I'm filling it up. But over time, people are saying that this down here leaks. Me personally, I have done nothing but burn slap through tips because of the heat control. It has serious problems with heat control. I don't know if this is just an early cheaper version for Power Probe or whatever, or maybe they just branded it Power Probe and some cheap Chinese makers making these. I don't know, but I hate this thing. I usually use the wide chisel tip for my soldering, and just to kind of give you an idea, if I can get it to focus, it is burned slap through this tip at the top right here. You can kind of see it. I can't really get it to focus in here, but this thing here is supposed to be flat and it's supposed to be at a chisel point like this, and is actually burned a pretty good chunk out of it. If you can kind of see the little whiskers off of the end, that's actually part of the tip that actually melted down due to the probable heat control. I know a lot of people will say, well, you probably don't know how to solder, you're not doing it right, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I use a soldering sponge. Yes, this kit does come with a soldering sponge, but even this thing doesn't really help with heat control. Now, what else do you get in this kit? You're going to get your diagonal tip, which is usually about a 45. That's kind of a harder tip. It's a 45 diagonal, what they call the diagonal tip. You'll get a curved head for the blower, so you can take off the tips and use it as a blower. So if you can use a for heat shrink, it comes also with a hot knife, if I can get it out. Little hot knife here. I believe I may have used it once for cutting through some things, but didn't have no problems with that. Then you get your small blower tip. If you're going to use this, I wouldn't even use this freaking tip because it's so small at the end. I would just take this off and just take the whole head off and use it as a heat torch that way, if you're going to use it as a torch. I've actually had to replace this one here, the chisel tip, about 3 times. And these things aren't cheap. I had to get my Matco guy to get me to warranty it once, and after that I had to buy another one. So I've had to have about 3 of these for this kit. And it's actually started to burn through my diagonal tip. Like I said, it won't hold a tin very well. It just has really bad problems with heat control. I know some people like them, and some people have used them and they say they're great. I've used other butane soldering guns, and to me, this thing is complete garbage. Um, you know, if you buy this thing, again, I have seen a lot of mixed reviews on this. If you're wondering what the part number is, it's just the Power Probe Soldering Kit, the PPSK, also known as the Power Probe Soldering Kit. I know sometimes they can run upwards of about $100. This is just a really cheap, crappy version. It comes, and also in this kit, it does come with some solder, but the solder is not worth the crap. It comes with 2 little wrenches to change out the tips, so you can take the tip off, and which I'll try to go ahead and show you that now. Take the tip off, and show you what the deal is with these things. You could take the tip off here and use it as a torch, small torch, or you can take the whole top off together and use it as a torch that way, so you can burn it, kill it. It gets pretty hot. It does get pretty hot fast. Sometimes I have noticed that it does take excessively longer to get hot in some cases, and some cases it'll get hot really freaking quick. So again, like I said, I think this thing has really bad problems with heat control. And another problem that I've had is running out of butane really freaking quick with this thing. It burns butane like a huge gas burner. I mean, it is ridiculous. I will get through maybe a wire and a half and I'm out of a tank. And it is terrible. I'll get maybe one good wire solder out of it and it's done for. And that's completely filling it up. You might get, with a complete fill, a wire and a half, just depending. But to me, this thing is not freaking worth the $50. It is not worth the materials that it's freaking made with. I would not recommend this kit to anybody. If you're gonna buy a soldering kit, of any kind of butane soldering kit or a cordless soldering kit, buy something a little bit better quality. I know some people say, well, Power Probe's a good name, whatever. You know, to me, I think it's crap. I think it's garbage. I've used a couple other guys at the shop either have the electric or Matco. I have an electric one as well, but I bought this one just because of having to deal with my old electric one. It takes forever to heat up, so I ended up buying another one. So this one, like I said, I just don't agree with this one. And as far as if anybody's looking for this, just stay clear and stay away. I've used other ones, like I said, and I've had no problems, but this one is just, it has terrible problems with heat control. I've had problems melting solder. I've had problems getting the wires too hot to get the solder, or it's getting too hot and the solder just won't stay. Again, like I said, it's just terrible problems with this thing. So again, if you're looking for this, stay away. Might as well, if you've got it. Some people say, well, it's a good kit. Well, it might be for some people, but for my use, of course, I'm in the automotive industry and it's got to be soldered properly. So again, like I said, I just don't recommend it. I really don't. I can't say that enough. So if any of you guys out there looking for this or have it, you might as well just toss it in the freaking garbage, because it does not last. And you know, it to me, I just don't like it. So I'm gonna probably end up tossing this out, if not doing a giveaway on this thing for somebody looking for one. Once I get my new one, I will probably do a giveaway. Maybe that would probably be thrown in with the 100 subs. But again, like I said, probably not, because I don't want to screw somebody like that. Again, like I said, for you those who aren't subscribed to the channel and you are watching, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Kind of like made a little spoof in the front of the beginning of the video, Bearded Yakin. He's a really great guy. I'll leave a link in the channel in the description below for his channel. I like Bearded Yakin, like watching his streams and videos. He's pretty funny sometimes, so he's a really good guy. Um, Again, subscribe, like, share, thumbs up, thumbs down. Do what you want to do. If you subscribe, hit that notification button right beside it or below it, so you can keep up to date on all the videos that we're putting out. Thanks, guys, for watching. Till next time, keep on wrenching.